Hello my TPDs, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be testing out the brand new Makeup Eraser Sponge. Look at this! I can wash you! So recently I have come across this brand of makeup eraser and I tried the little mini kit that they came out with, and then I also tried the regular full-size cloth that they have. I have completely switched over to using the makeup eraser, I bought these for just filming. I don't need makeup removers anymore. I mean, like, I do for filming purposes, and that's why I got these. I don't need makeup removers like these that are my holy grail that I use all the time, because the makeup eraser has just kind of beaten that. I love that I can wash all of the makeup eraser cloths in the washing machine and they're good to go. They last really well through the washing and drying cycle, that I don't feel the need to use makeup wipes anymore. It's crazy. And I do feel like they take off my makeup even better than makeup wipes, so that it just blows my mind. So if you missed that, I did a review video kind of talking more in depth about my thoughts. If you're interested, I'll link it below, and you'll get some more up close footage of the actual cloths. But in this video, we're going to talk about the sponge that they just came out with. This is the Makeup Eraser Sponge. I have not wet it yet. Now I will get into some of the claims, the things that it says online, why it's better than every other sponge. But before we hop into actually testing out the product, talking more about it, be sure to subscribe because I do upload every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. And if you're enjoying the video while you're watching, you can give it a thumbs up. I need the package. No. This is called the original Makeup Eraser, the sponge. It retails for $18. It says that it is a reusable, first ever machine washable makeup sponge with a durable wash ball designed to withstand the washer and dryer and last twice as long as other sponges and blenders. Right now it has 5 stars, 93 reviews. It says that it is formulated with the same unique wash tech technology as the original Makeup Eraser to erase makeup out of your sponge with a simple machine wash. The wash ball has multi-sized droplets that allow for maximum water flow to penetrate deep into the sponge. This product was made with non-toxic dye and is hypoallergenic and latex free. Here's the box, okay? I kind of just demolished it. Right here it says machine washable, non-toxic dye, no special cleansers, reusable, lasts up to 6 months, wet or dry application, and saves money. Now it says that the top part of the sponge is good for concealer, so this pointy part. Then this side, the rounded edge, is good for powder, baking, contouring, and highlighting. And then the bottom right here is like, it's a flat end. This is good for foundation, liquid, cream, or powder. 6 months. I could get on board with just buying 2 sponges a year. It says that you can use this wet or dry. Now, as I'm feeling this, it feels very similar to a beauty blender in that it doesn't feel super hard. Like when this is a dirty beauty blender. Can you see like the squishing effect that this has? This is just as squishy dry. So I could see myself using this dry. My favorite way to apply with a beauty blender is wetting it. And on this side, it does say wash her, dry her. Cute. I'm assuming these are the how to apply directions. It says wet, apply, wash, dry. That seems simple. I didn't mention this is cruelty-free and 100% vegan. And if you notice on the ball right here, so this is the machine washable ball that it comes with. It's also a travel little thing. You know how Beauty Blender has their travel like little egg things that, I don't know why I did this. This is my impression of an egg. This is technically the washing machine thing where you put the sponge in. It does twist to close. It's locked in there. Now it can have its own little party in there. But this is what the machine washable ball looks like. And if you notice the droplets on the top, they're very small, but then as you turn it and get to the sides, they get bigger. And what I noticed is this, like the water droplets they talk about, is the sponge. Can you see that? I think I'm going to wet the sponge for this video. If I like it wet, maybe I'll try it dry. I don't know, who knows? I'm open to trying out different ways to use this. I do really like having different sides of the sponge for different applications. Like this would be really awesome for concealer, but then you turn it over on the flat side and use it for foundation, and I'm all about that. So I'm pumped, I'm excited. It feels very nice, very squishy, very soft. I'm gonna go ahead and go wet it and I will show you the size, but here is what it looks like dry and here's what it looks like wet. So it did get considerably bigger. It's not huge, but this feels so squishy and nice. It doesn't feel hard at all. It feels so nice and soft. It almost feels velvety, but it's not. It's just that soft. I'm gonna go ahead and apply my primer. I'm gonna use the Dermablend Pore Saver Matte Makeup Primer. If you guys have any other matte primers that you enjoy that are pore filling, you let me know because I want to try them. Here's a closer look at the sponge once it's wet. It feels almost better than a beauty blender, just like a clean new one. I'm gonna go in today with the Rimmel Lasting Finish Comfort Serum Foundation. I'm in a serum-y, lightweight, natural looking skin kind of mood. It says to use this side for foundations. I'm gonna go dab that in there. I know typically sponges take away coverage of foundations, which I'm okay with. I'm okay with it taking away a little bit of coverage because I just like to use it, you know? This is spreading really well, and with the flat side, you can get right close up to your eye. This feels so nice on the skin. It doesn't feel hard at all. I just really like the bounciness of this sponge. And I kind of like having a flat edge to blend foundation on. Usually I use the bottom of the Beauty Blender, which obviously you can see the Beauty Blender is round all the way through. But I feel like it covers more space because I have more room to work on the flat side of the sponge. Okay, that took no time at all. Have I just found my holy grail Beauty Blender thing? This is blending stuff out so well, so easily. It's not patchy at all. I am so pumped about you, and I love that you can use it longer. Like I have had, let's be real, I have had these beauty blenders longer than I should have, and I was like, oh, I'll just buy the kit that's $40, you know, but I get 3 of them and I'll save money. But really, I'm spending $40 on 3 of them that only are supposed to last like 3 to 4 months. I could spend $40 on the makeup eraser sponge and get 2 of them and be set for a year. At most, if I got rid of these when they told me to get rid of them at 3 months and I had 3 of them, it would only last me 9 months. This would last me a full 12, and I can put it in the washer. Like if you're like me and you hate washing your brushes, washing your sponges, it's just a pain. It's just, I feel like the way I wash them and they just don't hold up after I wash them multiple times. And so if I can just throw it in the washing machine and have it be totally fine, like I'm gonna do that. That makes my life so much easier. It's always such a pain to have to take time away from other things you're doing in the busy world of coronavirus when we're doing nothing and wash your sponge. But now it's just gonna wash itself for me because it's my little washing machine. I'm gonna take my CoverGirl True Blend Undercover Concealer and let's try out the concealer action here with this side of the sponge. I think I'm supposed to use the flat side. Oh, I can get right up in there, yo. Feels very soft. I don't feel like I'm poking my eye at all. What are you? Magic. Okay, this might be the best thing that has happened to me in coronavirus. That blended so nicely. Wow, 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 wow. I'm gonna go ahead, and I don't usually use powder with my beauty blender because I feel like it just makes it even dirtier. Oh gosh. So I think I'm just gonna go ahead and take my regular brushes for powder. But let's go ahead and set everything down and see how the foundation looks. I don't feel like the sponge changed the finish of the foundation either. Sometimes sponges can make your foundation look a little bit more dewy. I am just blown away. I love that it's cheaper than the Beauty Blender. I love that it lasts longer than the Beauty Blender. I'm gonna go ahead and finish out the rest of my makeup and we'll be back to talk about my final thoughts. All right guys, I just finished up the rest of my makeup. I will just kind of give you like an overview of what's on my face just so that if you are like curious of what I have on, you'll know. I use the Wet n Wild translucent powder. For bronzer, Too Faced Chocolate Soleil. For blush, I use the Becca Mineral Blush in the shade Songbird. shimmered, super, super pretty, more of like a terracotta blush. Highlight is Wet n Wild highlighting powder in the shade Precious Petals. Mascara, the Essence Lash Princess False Lash Effect. I have to be pretty careful with this in particular. I cannot build up my lashes so much because if I do, they will start to hit the top of my brow right here and they will transfer 100%. So if I use this, it's just like a light coating of mascara, like one coat, and I cannot build it up any more than that, but it's fine. It's pretty if it's just one coat. Then brows, e.l.f. Precise Brow Pencil, set that down with the Milani Clear Brow Gel. And then for lips, I use the Essence Stay 8 Hours Lip Liner. This is supposed to be waterproof and it's in the shade Because Duh. And I topped it with the Patrick Ta Major Glow Lip Shine in the shade She's Expensive. And for palette, I use the Pure Raw Beauty Christie. I'm just on this right now. I can't get away from it. This has become my like go-to makeup look. It's just a soft matte dusting in the crease. And I take the shade Copper Boxes and Told You. I just mix both of those on a big fluffy brush, put it in the crease, a little bit on the lid and underneath, and then that's it. So let's talk about the sponge. I think this might be the best sponge I've ever used in my entire life. It is so good. This is what it looks like with it dirty. It's a darker sponge, so you are going to see the product on it more than if you got like a super light beauty blender. I'm really hoping that I can wash this like every week, every other week, and this will help me be more consistent with washing them because I do need to be better. I always need to be better about washing my brushes, washing my sponges, so that it's not building up any bacteria and I'm not applying that onto my skin. But I can just throw it in literally with my makeup eraser cloth, and just when I wash those, I'll just wash this, and it's just like the easiest little thing. I think it's gonna be a little while until this video goes up, so I think between now, when I'm filming it now, and when it's gonna go up, I will have washed it. So I will let you know down below as well how it held up in the washing machine and the dryer and all of that, if it broke down, all of that good stuff. But if you are contemplating this, I think just based on first impression and just using it today, I think that this is already better than the Beauty Blender. I'm gonna say that. I've never had a sponge make me feel this way before. So if you're considering buying this, I'd say go for it. You guys, like this is so good. And I feel like it did not shear out my foundation. I feel like it did not shear out my foundation nearly as much as the Beauty Blender because it did have this flat, kind of denser side rather than going in with the rounded side. I don't know what it is about it. I just feel like I got really good coverage, and usually when I use this foundation with a Beauty Blender, I get a little bit lighter coverage. So everything about the sponge I'm loving. It just feels so luxurious, feels so soft, feels so nice, and I have nothing bad to say about it. It's just really, really, really good. Look, it can just like chill in this little thing, and that's just the way that it'll be. So now I have like a storage container that I didn't have to pay extra for, and it helps with, you know, when it's in the wash and stuff. So yeah, all around, this product gets like a 10 out of 10, A++. It is just that good. If you guys have tried this sponge out, please let me know what your thoughts are down in the comments. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up the video here. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.